Somewhere along the line, I just got addicted to being outside, thinking about my surroundings and caring deeply about them. Really, what my dad gave me was an appreciation for not just enjoying and loving a place, but taking action to help protect it and to see that future generations can enjoy the same privileges that he and I have had in our lifetimes. The Klickitat River is one of the last undammed rivers on the Columbia River system. I think I grew up taking for granted the Columbia River. It's this enormous river that pulses with life. It feeds everything around us. When I started working for Columbia Land Trust, I started to learn what that meant and how significant it was to our economy and to our way of life and to our enjoyment of this region. I feel so fortunate that I can have a role in helping to steward it. I found my life's work here. The haul road was built in the Klickitat River to help convey timber from the upper watershed to the mill in Klickitat. The fastest way was where the river was. It's the easiest place to build a road. It's understandable why they chose that location. It's also a highly difficult place to maintain a road because the river is a very powerful force and it's constantly trying to erode. And in 1996 it was successful and the floods wiped out major portions of the road, made it impassable. By 2004, we secured our first grant that allowed us to buy the haul road. It's a privately owned road, the only built infrastructure in the entire corridor. So it represented a really important and unique opportunity to restore this habitat.
I think what makes this project special, there's 20-some thousand acres of public land along this corridor and no houses, no other roads. The potential for something that truly approximates restoration is much greater. I saw it also as a unique opportunity on the landscape.
This project in particular involved a lot of hydrology, a lot of complex concepts that Columbia Land Trust was not necessarily an expert in. And so we partnered with the Yakama Nation Fisheries program. They would design the project and we would help to implement the process.
Basically, we're reshaping the earth. We're moving the rocks and the soil and creating the room for the river that it once had.
The more diverse the river is and the more it's able to carve out unique habitats like backwater channels and side channels and gravel bars and pools, those features each support different aspects of a fish's life history. So they're really important to have that diversity of features on the landscape, and the removal of the road is going to allow the river to develop that diversity of habitat.
To see how Columbia Land Trust has taken that vision and run with it, and to be confident in their ability to provide that stewardship into the future, it was what I was hoping to see in a project partner.
We've been hiring mostly local crews to implement the project. All the money this project is generating is going back into this community.
We employ 70 people right here in the heart of the gorge. Crestline has engaged in working the nighttime hours to accommodate other user groups on the river. We just don't have that many opportunities as a heavy civil construction company to participate in projects that are sort of reversing time and time's impact. It's awesome for our company. It's a feel-good project for us.
The Klickitat River Restoration Project is about habitat for fish. It's about habitat for people. I think these types of landscapes, these wild places, are really critical places for us to help support a fishery that people's lives depend on. That people, as we speak, are fishing downstream, pulling fish out of the river for a lot of different uses, some of them recreational, some of them commercial.
The food will come back, you know, so not for us, but somebody down the line, as we say, the next generation. The model for our project, for our program is we don't work for ourselves, we work for the generations to come. So that's why we do this.
The changes in the river are already occurring. It happened right here. We worked all night, and literally the next afternoon there were drift boats anchored up and fishermen hooking fish in an area that had been road fill for the last 80 years.
As of 2015, we've removed 5 of 8 miles that will be removed, and we aim to complete this project next year in 2016. There's so many reasons to love the Pacific Northwest. I think it's hard to spend time outside and not form an attachment to the place you live.
That's a big one.
One of the most gratifying and rewarding gifts that I was given as a child was being in the outdoors. And being able to replicate that for my own children in this really powerful way, it's heavenly.